All right, can you guys hear me? I haven't streamed on YouTube in ages, so I'm not entirely sure if my old setup works. Should be. I got Facecam too. I didn't expect Wander to stream here. I don't stream on YouTube often, but I'm going to today because I hit 200,000 last night, and I figure that'd be weird to do on YouTube or off YouTube, like doing my 200,000 subscriber special stream, whatever, on Twitch just wouldn't make any sense. I was considering it, and I was like, wait a second, that's dumb. So we're gonna do it here, and then I'll put it up. How's it going? It's going well. I don't know. Gonna be a little distracted because I'm gonna be working on artwork here, but I should be able to just kind of hang out and answer questions and talk about stuff. Let's see. So we're probably going to do I'm gonna say about 3 hours of this before I switch back to Twitch, because unfortunately I can't stream on both anymore, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll just kind of hang out, do this. I'm gonna be working. I guess I can talk about the logistics, but yeah. So this will be about a 3-hour thing, and we'll go from there. Anyway, all right. We're live, I'm recording, everything is good to go. Let's move that face cam. Let's move that to the bottom right. I'll kind of fit myself in with the UI. There we go. It's gonna be a small face, but honestly, I don't know. I don't generally do face cam to begin with, so it feels kind of weird to do as such. Can I? Huh. Really slot that in any better. My UI is kind of dumb, and everything just disappeared on me. Whatever, I'll live. Oh, nope. Well, I guess that'll just hide behind my face cam anyway. Okay, so what is this, Wander? This is going to be the kind of sort of semi-informal, but that's life for me. 200,000 subscribers special. I'm not one of those people that has like big plans or events or whatever. It's like whenever I hit like a new milestone on my channel, I always am wildly unprepared for it. And so I figured, oops, what am I even doing? So I figured I'd just kind of do this instead. I've been meaning to make a t-shirt for this channel for actually years. And why won't you? Okay, there we go. That was weird. I've been meaning to make a t-shirt for this channel for years, and I figure, why not just do it as part of like the 200,000 thing? Just kind of make a video on me making artwork. Just go from there. Oh, this is going to be really large. I guess I could always shrink it down and figure it out past this point, but whatever. Okay, so a couple of things before we get into this. This is going to be streamed live, so we're going to get a bunch of live questions along the way. And I'll start trying to answer them along the way. Let's see, but so this is done in Adobe Illustrator, for anybody that asks, because I know people inevitably will want to know. And the sketch was done in Procreate on my iPad, which I might pull out my iPad later. It kind of depends on how fast we go, because I might do some like post-processing or who knows what on that. But anyway, so first question that's been asked here is, Wonder, where did you get your font? I got my font from, I think it's dafont.com. It's called Rapier Zero. I just randomly found it when I was starting my channel. It was nice and big and bold and easy to see. And I was like, okay, you know, this works for what I'm doing here. And, you know, maybe I'll switch it up at some point. And then I just never did. So, that's where I got my font from. See. Want to do... Actually, do we even want to copy it? Really, I'm just trying to... Oh, no. We do want to copy this, because we want to shrink this down a little bit, and there we go. That'll keep the size, positioning, whatever. I almost did that right. Problem is, I want to get this kind of nice and symmetrical, or maybe not symmetrical is the right word, but I'm trying to get this to look snazzy. I guess if I just put this here and move that, there we go. That's a bit better. Because, yeah, this is going to be on a shirt, so I want it... I don't know. I want it to look nice and even. As opposed to kind of this, like... I'm not going to say an asymmetrical mess. This is working less well for me. That's okay. Alright, where's this music from? This is, let's see, I can pull it up. This is from the Mega Man X Maverick Rising soundtrack. It's an OC Remix album that a bunch of people put together. And I listen to this one fairly often. When I'm streaming. I listened to too much of it, honestly, when I was playing, Scrap Mechanic. I guess in 20, what? Is that a... That was... Holy shit, have I been done with Scrap Mechanic for like a year and a half now? Yeah, that was like a 2016 thing that I'd really listened to it during. Then after that, I've been, largely listening to other stuff, but I figured I'd bring it back for this one. Because it is one of my favorite, like, albums to listen to. Let's see. Can't play Slay the Spire without your voice being stuck in my head. Oh, that's funny. I know some people say that they like to fall asleep to my voice, and that's always been kind of interesting. You know what? This shape isn't working for me. The inner shape is working great. The outer shape, not so much so. I want to keep them even. I guess what I could have done was just had a line along the way. Yeah, if this looks kind of choppy, it's because, if this looks kind of choppy, it's because this is a massive document, and Illustrator can handle large sizes particularly well, but not fully well, if that makes sense. Where's my love of roguelike? Where did my love of roguelike games come from? That, actually, I don't... as weird as this might sound, I didn't like roguelike games that much when I started YouTube. They were kind of like a fun pastime that I'd play in college, but I didn't particularly enjoy them. Yeah. This isn't quite working. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Chris Stinson. And hello. But yeah, I didn't actually like roguelikes that much. I thought they were, I didn't think they were boring or anything. It was more of like a... I just didn't think much of them. They weren't the kind of content that I, like, generally would play on my own. But I was when I was starting out, I was a big fan of Northern Lion. He's one of the... Oh, this is falling apart more than I thought I was going to. Okay, let's back it up. Let's see how to do this. I guess, honestly, the easiest way to combine these two together would actually be something like this. You'd think I'd be good at creating the shape from my own logo, but I'm not. Just be too small, too. Let's move this up a bit. But yeah, so I didn't like roguelikes that much. I just kind of played them. I played a little bit of Binding of Isaac. And so, as such, you know, I kind of quickly became a Northern Lion fan. And so he and a couple other people more or less inspired me to start a YouTube channel. And so that's kind of where the roguelikes came from. I was just like, well, I'm not too interested in these games, but they're repetitive content. And at the time, I was really, really poor. So, like, I couldn't buy too many games and stuff like that. And so I was just like, well, roguelikes are perfect, because I can get, like, 100 hours out of Tower of Guns, which I spent $10 on, compared to spending $60 on... Oh, shoot, what did I buy? I tried, like, hopping on a triple... Oh, Shadow of Mordor. I tried hopping on Shadow of Mordor really early on in YouTube, and it did not, you know, work at all for me. And so after a while, I was just like, well, roguelikes, especially because they were doing really well on my channel, because of Ruiners and a couple other ones. And, you know, in the end, that actually worked out really well for me. Let's see. Oh, is Clef Spear here. Cool. Gotta mod some of my users from Twitch, or my mods. What's my favorite survival game? I actually really like Don't Starve and Raft. Raft is really chill, and Don't Starve is really deep. And if I could get, like, a midpoint between the two of those, that would be amazing. Also Factorio, if you want to count that, but not really. How many years of art experience do you have? I started doing art in high school in, like, 2008. I wanted to be, like, a webcomic artist. And so I went to college for it. I mean, I'm professionally trained. I was going to work in the games industry eventually. Like, that quickly kind of took over as my, my go-to. But I realized I wasn't going to be able to... It wasn't that I was going to be able to make it. It's, I had a hand injury, and I wasn't getting any jobs. And so I figured instead, I would... I figured instead I'd kind of go full force on YouTube. Because, like, I think by the time I got laid off, I only had, like, a couple hundred subscribers, and so I just kept doing, I kept doing YouTube as a, like, side thing to keep me distracted, because I hated my job, and then I hated being unemployed. And then eventually it was just like, oh, never mind, this is my job now. Never mind. Wonder, will you play Fallout 76? Yeah, probably. I'm a little iffy on Fallout 76 just because it's... who knows how it's gonna turn out, if that makes sense? Like, it could be like Rust. I didn't like Rust, so my interest in that kind of waned a little bit. Let's see. Where's Batbeard? He's been gone for a while. Or you've been gone for a while. Batbeard, so for starters, Catterday fell apart really hard. And so pretty much everybody except for Bird and Keith and Durf did not survive. That's because Durf was new and isolated from the thing. Bird and Keith will never go away. And so Batbeard kind of had his own group to play with for a while. And then he got, like, super cluster migraines and stuff like that and could not... he couldn't keep up with his channel. And so he just kind of petered off. At some point I'll send him a message and see if he wants to redo stuff if he ever gets back to YouTube. Or just send him a message and hang out at some point and just see how his life is. But when things go wrong for me, I usually just step back from everything and just say, alright, I'm gonna focus on me. And so, it's not that, like, I stopped being friends with Batbeard, I just, by necessity, was just eventually like, I can only be friends with, like, Bird and Keith right now. Okay, Batbeard is slowly getting back. Cool! Let's see, what else is there? Any plans to continue Lost Sphere? Or not currently? I do have plans. Shell, don't even bother grabbing your microphone for this, because I'm not going to remember to get you in. Shell wanted to. Anyway, I do actually have plans, or more so, Shell has plans to continue Lost Sphere, and I keep putting it off because I keep finding other games that I want to play. Lost Sphere is very long. Yeah, and so Shell wants to finish Lost Sphere and Okami, and I will capitulate on that. Absolutely. It's just slow and kind of hard because there's all these other games that, like, I can beat faster. How did I meet Shell? We were in drawing class together freshman year, so we both went to the same college. And so, I walk in with an arm that's twice the size of normal, and she looks at me. Oh yeah, I walk in late with an arm twice the size that it normally was, because I had an infection from a yellow jacket sting. And she looked at me and was like, wow, what a loser. And, I won her heart from there. It's more or less how it works. She laughs, but it's true. Yeah, she was very much not interested in a relationship when we first met. But I don't know. It worked out. Let's see, what else do we have? What will you look like Jack Black? I'm not even gonna say anything. People say that frequently, and I have no idea where it comes from. But maybe it's just because I need to, like, put a... Yeah, it's probably my nose. But I should probably put, like, a picture of myself and Jack Black next to each other and see. I never saw it. People would... In high school, people compared me to Matt Damon, but... Okay. Yeah, sorry if I'm being kind of slow here. I didn't exactly draw into this as much as I probably should have. And so it's messing with me a little bit. I guess it's actually not so bad. Okay, we should probably Turn this back on. Yeah. Small nose. Kind of similar. Oh yeah, we have similar eyebrows and like a large forehead. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it. Let's see. So Wander wins the OpenTTD playthrough. Oh, that's a cheap shot pulled from Discord. Whenever I can convince my friends to play it, or somebody else. I'm a huge fan of OpenTTD, but I will never ever play it alone. Because that would not be a pleasant experience. It would be very boring. Let's see. The art's going to be on the t-shirt design. Yep. Let's see. Go to this. Yeah, I considered going with a more, like, using the Wanderbot head, but instead I'm just going to use details from the Wanderbot helmet instead. Oh, it's 200, not 20. Because ultimately I wanted to have a shirt that would have, like, kind of an abstract symbol. Here, I'll pull my direct influence on this one. This is from the game Monolith. I'm gonna try it hard not to just, like, totally ape everything. But I absolutely love this design. And so I'm specifically very inspired by it. And so that's kind of what I'm gonna model the shirt off after. I'm gonna have more colors than that, though. Where did this come? I don't know. Okay, so that's what I'm pulling from. Monolith is like a twin-stick roguelike I played around, like, the beginning of January? I don't know, I thought it looked cool. Okay, let's see, so... What else am I missing? I'm actually still missing the Omega. And then I'll have to start coming up with new stuff. I probably should have spent more time on this drawing, but it was like... I was kind of in a rush. Let's see. What else do we have? You wonder, did you know about that DLC for the Surge? It's Carnival theme. I do know about it, and I really want to play it. I might get to it. No matter what, I'm going to play the DLC for the Surge before the sequel comes out, because I know they've got Surge 2 on the way, and so whenever we get like a release date for that, or leading up to that release date, I'm not entirely clear on how I'm gonna handle it. That'll be when I play the Surge again, if not sooner. But that's at least the guarantee I can pull from. Let's see, will I play Fallout 4 again? Every month or so I'm like, okay, let's see what the well, there would be an 8-bit Mage Man style Wanderbot shirt at some point. I could do that. That'd be tough though. I'm not very good at pixel art. There we go. Pull it back a little bit. That looks good. Okay. When's the EDF co-op Anthem singing? No idea. The Steam Summer Sale starts next week, so I'm either going to buy everybody a copy of the DLC and then just nerf the base game, or I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but chances are there's going to be a Season 2 of EDF, and it will be done by that point. Because by the time we really had the idea to do the EDF song, it was kind of too late. But I wouldn't mind giving it another go later-ish. Okay, what else is there? My favorite class in D&D to play thematically. I really like Druids. The 3.5. After that, I have been less interested in them. And then I actually haven't really played D&D as a player, so I almost never touch anything else. Okay, what about a shirt for Shell? She's gonna have to make her own. She is also an artist, and it'd be real weird for her for me to make a shirt for her. What's my favorite game I've ever played with friends? Ooh, that's a toughie. I'd have to think about that one hard. Oh yeah, what happened to Stardew? Stardew's kind of on hold. We had a bunch of other things to play along the way, so we got kind of distracted. I might copy this. I'm gonna do iterative saving so I can go back. 3.5 Druid seemed fun, summon everything. No, in 3.5 D&D, you could wild shape into like any animal you saw. And so my DM made the mistake of showing us a Mega Raptor, and I got like 6 attacks or something. At not like full base attack bonus, but I had like crazy high stats and like a bunch of other things. I could more or less rip into anybody and just destroy them. Will I do more Disgaea? Yeah, that one's kind of tough because like they've got I think it's like the remastered version of the first game coming out soon. So I would like to maybe start Disgaea up again with that. My other problem is like Nippon Ichi Software has been kind of stupid lately, so it's like it's a little harder for me to be excited about their games. Like I wanted to like Witch and the Hundred Knight too, but I couldn't. And they've just been making some like weird marketing deals. What is this? Where'd that come from? I have no idea. Okay. Well. I like the sound for this one, but it always is hard to commentate over. So let's switch back. Okay. Will I ever get to the point and say fucking upload the Persona 5 stuff I got? Naito, you missed it! Go look for Fake Sona, man. It's all up on YouTube, in fact. I had that, I actually had that fuck it moment around, April Fools. Any games I'm excited for in the next month? Let's see, I believe in a couple of days we've got the Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, DLC, the like 10-hour one with Donkey Kong instead. I'm really looking forward to that. I hate Rabbids. I think they're like some of the stupidest things in existence, just slightly above Minions. But the Mario Rabbids crossover game is kind of perfect in a really weird way. I know what I can do. I'll play Elder Scrolls 6 in 2019. I highly doubt it'll be out in 2016, to be totally honest. But if it comes out then, yeah, or 2019, sorry. I'm a couple of years off. But I will absolutely play Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. Nope. Oh. That's what I did wrong. Okay, let's turn this off. I only want half this shape. Half of either, honestly. This might cause problems. Or it might just kind of not realize that anything is happening. Or maybe it will. Okay, for the safe option. Just delete half of it this way. Vectors get kind of weird. I played Ori and the Blind Forest while I play Ori and the Blind Will of the Wisps. Come back, refresh the channel around 7:30 tonight, and you'll have a nice little surprise, actually. Let's see. Do more DS or DST? Is that Don't Starve? I'd love to do Don't Starve, and we're probably gonna do Don't Starve. We're probably gonna do a Don't Starve like group stream, as part of our ridiculous raft saga, at some point. I just gotta convince them to play that over like. I think Keith right now is pushing for Viscera, Viscera cleanup. After we're done with Conan. Let's see, I'm looking forward to any of the new games announced at E3. I think I should have a public playlist of the games I'm looking forward to. But I'll do a video on that later. There's too many to count. I mean, the #1 game that I'm looking forward to from E3 this year. 100% is Satisfactory. That game looks amazing. Let's see, let's switch this. Let me see. This might be too thick. I guess it was kind of... This is an awkward fix. Because, yeah, that line is just a little too thick for me. Let's cut this. Okay. There's one, there's the other. Now we want to do black outline on this one, black on this. Let's make this a lot bigger. Dude, why did I choose the name Wanderbot? I figured that should be kind of obvious, maybe, by the content on my channel. I'm a huge robot fan. And I rarely ever stay on the beaten path in, like, one of these. In anything, really. Like, I very much will, like, wander around. People get mad at me. It's like, Wander, stop. Stop. Go focus on the game. And I'm like, but shinies. I think I got, like, a really rude comment, I think, yesterday, specifically, going after me. Let's see. Look up the game Dungeon Up. Interested in the take on the game. I'll take a look at it. Also, thank you for the, super chat, raise. Dungeon Up on Steam. Huh. I mean, honestly, I might as... Oh, Dungeon Up. I've played this. It's a Black Shell Media game. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I haven't, I don't generally play a whole lot of, like, traditional roguelikes. But I mean, considering you more or less just bought it for me, I'll just go buy it now. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it, immediately, though. I think tonight's going to be this multiplayer, which is probably going to be either Modded Hot Lava or Conan. And then, well, probably Ori. You know, let's get the PayPal thing out of the way. Let's see, is my avatar from Warframe? Nope, made it myself. Let's see, what is the worst game I ever played? Oh, jeez. I usually stay away from the really bad games. It's a game that I, like, specifically hate. Wonder, will you play the new Hollow Knight DLC? I don't know. I am... also, thank you for the super chat. I'm just gonna be thanking people left and right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. To be totally honest, like, I lost my touch with Hollow Knight. And so as much as I'd like to, as much as I would like to play the new DLC, I don't, like, physically, I don't know if I'm capable of doing so. Because I tried, let's see, I tried playing the Grim Troop, and it kicked my ass real hard. What I might do, is see if I can get, like, because I know they're adding a co-op section to it. Yeah, just play all of Hollow Knight to prepare. Yeah, that's kind of what I might end up doing. But if they add co-op, then absolutely, because if I can play through it in co-op with, like, Keith or Bert or something, that'd be perfect. Let's see, will the Twitch stream be gameplay? Yes, yeah. Today is just the question and artwork on YouTube. People who have watching, 134, not bad. Dude, know you made your own art. I make almost my own art. The only art that I don't make is, I'm trying to make sure my fingers are on. That's kind of... The art that you see behind me is Shells. She is also a professional artist and makes really nice artwork. Oh, did we... Oh, shoot. think I accidentally deleted something I shouldn't have. Okay. Oh, yeah. Those are fine. There we go. Because, yeah, I don't want that there. And this I can expand a little bit. But yeah, if it's got vectors or, like, bright colors, most likely it's me that did the artwork. Yeah, so why did I decide to do this on YouTube? I mean, I hit 200,000 on YouTube, not Twitch. And so I figured I'd do it here instead. Basically, this isn't done, not by a long shot. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff to it. I'm just trying to get the exact shape done. See what the mirror looks like. But that actually looks pretty good. I'm not going to be using this as a new bot face, but I'm going to be... it's like not fully lined up. I'll have to mess with that. But I'm going to be using this on business cards and t-shirts and stuff, which I think should be kind of neat. Let's drag this over a bunch. Oh. I didn't realize there's another anchor there. That's fine. Works for me. See, any good LAN party multiplayer games you'd recommend? Are you talking local co-op or whatever? Because I mean, off the top of my head, I would say Crawl, Moon Hunters, Full Metal Furies. Crawl, Moon Hunters, Full Metal Furies, Overcooked. Overcooked is amazing. Ever play a game to specifically troll Bird or Durf? I mean, that's every game, mostly. Okay. Do we do another section? Oh no, it's circles. It's circles behind this. Probably also make sure all of these are lined up. Sometimes they aren't. Whoop! Whoa. I'm not sure what happened there, actually. What's going on over here? I'm just not gonna question it. Oh, it might be a, it's that. That's what's going on. I got it. Let's see. Oh, did Keith pop in? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Overcooked. Overcooked is amazing. I would love to actually play Overcooked. But Overcooked 2 is coming out, so we're going to play it then. And probably hate each other. Like, very real possibility. We're going to be quite mad by the end of that one. I think it'll be okay. I'm mostly just worry about Bird. That guy gets high-strung. He's actually, I mean, he's generally not too bad. Like 400. Instead of purple, I'll go with like the navy-ish blue that I've kind of switched over to. I think it works a little bit better. Any good roguelikes? I mean, just check the roguelike roulette. A lot of those are great. Easy ones to get into would be like Slay the Spire. Obviously, I mean, that's kind of my bread and butter. I should probably recommend it baseline. Let's see. Slay the Spire, Wizard of Legend. Wizard of Legend is fantastic. Slay the Spire, Wizard of Legend. Dungeon the Endless is really good. A lot of people don't kind of know about that one, which is a shame because it's really fun. It is kind of a weird... It's an odd duck roguelike, doesn't quite fit. But I'd rather enjoy it all the same. Do I know if Bird will ever upload? He said he was going to be working on, He said he was going to be working on his channel last week, so realistically, he should be uploading again within the next, like, week or two, hopefully? I don't know. Honestly, I can't really speak for Bird. I'd love for him to constantly be uploading and, like, keep his channel up, because Bird was my, like, original goal when it came to YouTube and stuff. Like, I specifically wanted to catch up with him, if that makes sense. And so, when he got his job, he kind of lost a lot of interest in YouTube. Now, mostly, he just streams along with us. We're more of his kind of, like, fun times than any kind of, like, specific career aspiration or goal. Which is, honestly, kind of okay. Let's see. These story-driven games I'd recommend, along the lines of Bastion. I mean, pretty much anything from Supergiants is kind of a no-brainer. Other games with, like, really good stories that I really liked. As weird as it sounds, I really liked Nefarious. Nefarious was good. Full Metal Furies was kind of good in kind of a weird way, but I just really liked that game, and it kind of plays similar to Bastion. We don't care about any of that. Let's see. How many hours do I have in Slay the Spire? 150. It's not actually as much as you'd think. We get a solitaire playthrough. I don't even know how to play solitaire, to be totally honest. Ever heard of Epic Battle Fantasy? I played Epic Battle Fantasy 1 in high school, years ago. Doubt I'm gonna play it again, to be totally honest. Let's switch. This is starting to distract. What do we got instead? I've got, like, the... Oh, I got the Iconoclast soundtrack. We're just gonna go weird stuff today. Maybe I should do white for this. No. Do black? No. This is a tough one. That. Supposed to be playing music. This is just playing Iconoclast music really quietly. Okay, there we go. Is this going to be the clan logo? Oh, for the Warframe? I could potentially update the problem is it cost me 200 platinum to update the clan logo, which is a bit tough. You know, I don't quite want to spend 200 plat every time I do. Might just keep it as the Wonderbot head. Maybe I'll do it when I'll do it when I finally get a Warframe glyph going. Because I know, I need to get a proper Warframe glyph. I've been putting that off for too long. And so, yeah. I could potentially use this as the clan glyph, or vice versa. Let's actually switch that the other direction. Oh, Pyro isn't blacklisted. I'm sorry, Pyro. Let me figure out... There you are. I've got a bunch of mods from Twitch, and they're getting smacked around a little bit. It's fun. Okay, let's see. Will I ever play with Dragast again? Not sure. Dragast is kind of elusive, and I love the guy, but I don't even really talk to him that much. I kind of talk to him, but we just run in, like, completely different markets, and we've kind of always run in different markets. So someday maybe I'll bug him about it. Hard to do, though. Like, I'm more likely to try and contact, like, well, Stumped. Those are probably going to be the people I co-op with the soonest. Because they're lovely people, and we're actually going to be meeting up at, we're going to be meeting up at PAX together for ramen, which I think will be kind of cool. I haven't had, like, real ramen in ages. Ow. There we go. Well, we consider continuing Wizard of Legend, Isaac Terraria, and Cultist Simulator. Terraria and Cultist Simulator will be finished. I've actually already filmed the entirety of Terraria. So no matter what, that series will be finished. I made sure I'd finish it before I put it on YouTube, because I have such a bad track record with that game of like never finishing it, even though I like really want to. Let's see. Cultist Simulator also will probably get finished. Wizard of Legend might be kind of off and on. I'm going to be getting access to the full version of Mother Gunship. Jeez, I want to say it's going to be in like 2 weeks. And so that's probably going to take the, that's probably going to take up my roguelike slot. Currently, my roguelike slot is Prey. And so, like, I try not to play too much of one game versus the other, because I tend to get, like, bogged down in a bad way. Start watching Mother Gunship then. Yeah, I actually already have the demo. At least part of the demo. Which is, I believe, actually, the full extent of the game. Or not the full extent of the game, the beginning of the game. So if you wanna... If you want to see Mother Gunship properly, you can actually start there, and it'll be more or less the full experience. It's also a really good game. Let's see. Another Fallout 76. Yes! If you guys see anybody asking about Fallout 76, please just tell them the answer is yes. Let's see. Upper part of your character looks like the ghost from Destiny. It's mildly intentional. I love and I hate Destiny. I hate everything that it kind of became, but it is such a cool, interesting game nonetheless. Let's see. It's the hardest game I ever played in my life. Probably Fury. I couldn't beat Fury. There's probably better ones, though. Let's see. When's the next D&D video? Tonight, at 3 hours from now. Do I typically keep my art in this flat style, or have I worked in adding depth and dimension to things? I have added depth. What's the... Oh. Let's see. Not hot lava. As far as depth goes, the Seekers of the Holy Ravioli are probably the extent of, like, what I get to. Let's just pop this down. This is kind of what I do for depth. Instead of, like, painting like a lot of other people do, I go with more of a vector style. And so, you know, lights to darks and stuff like that. See, wait, didn't the partnership with Twitch make it so I couldn't stream on YouTube? No, it made it so I couldn't stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, which sucks. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Just means every once in a while we'll have event streams like this on YouTube, and then go back to Twitch as per usual. Is Destiny 1 worth playing? I bought a PS4 and it comes with that. Destiny 1, I mean, honestly, both Destiny games I would say are worth playing. They're just not nearly as good as they could have been. They could have been amazing. Let's see. Oh, thanks for the extra super chat, Raise Mitchell. And yeah, I'll take a look at Dungeon Up within the next couple days, probably. Destiny 1 felt a lot better, I think, than Destiny 2. Destiny 2 had some quality of life improvements that I liked. But I think the story from Destiny 1 felt better, especially if you do the like the DLCs. Because I really liked Taken King. Taken King was really well handled. The main campaign was kind of fiddly. Trying to think what I want to do on this one. I guess I could probably start, like... Yeah, I don't know where to put the white lines, necessarily. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm missing details on the helmet. Let's pull up reference on that. No, I don't. It comes and goes based on the design. So this one just has the does not have any white lines. Normal for a second. Yeah, we might as well pull up every bit of Wanderbot. Woo. Okay, that didn't work. Pull up every bit of Wanderbot reference I can grab. Let's see. I don't think the new bot has one either. I'm really inconsistent on the white lines, actually. Because, yeah, a lot of my old designs don't have it either. This one just has, like, a little bit. Man, I remember doing this. This was ages ago. I did this in Photoshop like a moron. I shouldn't have. It was a bad move. Did that for Dust Force. Let's see. When you reach 1 million subscribers, would I do a Draw My Life? Yeah, I could do that. Honestly, I'd rather do a webcomic. My life isn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world. Let's see. Will I play Beacon again? Yes. I'm probably going to play Beacon leading up to its... Smudge on my glasses. I'm going to play Beacon again leading up to its release on Steam, because it's currently only on itch.io, and they didn't have saving in the game. Now they have saving, so... Really, it's just kind of a matter of time before I return to it. But that's one of those, like, that's one of those roguelikes that it is going to be perpetually one of those that I'm really looking forward to the full release. Whenever it happens. Let's see, webcomic of Great of Man. I was actually considering it. It would be kind of interesting to do a choose-your-own-adventure webcomic. Not unlike Homestuck, but, like, with Skitter or something. Because I think that would be really cool. There's one other bit of reference I can pull up. Let's see if I can find it. 8 Tecton. I did a custom thumbnail for this. Yeah, this one didn't have it either. I think this is actually my favorite iteration of the Wanderbot, like, helmet. Because it just turned out really well. And I think I've always been chasing that dragon. Like the way. Wander wearing a Moonlighter shirt or something. I am wearing a, Shovel Knight t-shirt. I think I got it from Fangamer a couple years ago at PAX. Let's see, with the super long chin. Man, I don't care. Okay. Like 100. You're not any... That's very confusing. What are you doing? Or... Oh! Wrong layer. That's what's going on here. That chill music. Let's see. Yeah, Iconoclast had a really good soundtrack. I honestly had a lot of gripes with the game by the end of it, but I really like the soundtrack. I'm kind of at the fiddly stage, so it's gonna take a little while before we, like, make any headway again. But that's okay. And pull in. Let's see, let's set this to 66 probably. Worked. 50. Let's do 40. Yeah, 40 kind of works. Will I ever play Delver? It's a great roguelike. I streamed it a bunch years ago. I might play it again. I think it's on the roguelike roulette. I just haven't played I haven't done the roguelike roulette for a while. But no, I'm not against playing Delver, honestly. I rather did enjoy it. Let's see. Do I do everything with the mouse or do I use a drawing tablet? I kind of do both. Let's see. This is my drawing tablet. It's an iPad. And then, so when I'm working, when I'm, like, doing drawings, when I'm doing, like, Grave of Man assets, especially, that's all generally hand-drawn and hand-done in Procreate. And then, that sounds really weird now that I say it. But then once I'm kind of done working on that, I'll either move it over to Illustrator to go over it, or just do the entire thing in Illustrator. Kind of depends. A little bit. Which outlines? Oh, the black outlines? I was actually considering putting a black outline around the, around the whole thing, but I wasn't sure it would look good. Okay, no, it does look better with the black outline. I can probably merge these at this point. Okay, we gotta merge some parts here. I mean, I can change the line weight whenever I want. That's not a problem. Shell is kind of probably inaudible for you guys, but she's hanging out in the back giving advice. See, why orange? I really, really like orange and blue as a color scheme. They are really, they're really nice together. And so, I don't know exactly why I ended up with orange. No, I know exactly why I ended up with orange as the primary color. Oh. These aren't even. Okay. The reason why I ended up with orange as at least my primary color scheme is actually because orange is much easier to see. Most people, you know, look for kind of bright colors on like YouTube thumbnails and stuff like that, and so by having really bright thumbnails on my characters effectively, it was easier. Let's undo that for a second. Actually, just expand this one instead. Then merge. There we go. That probably works better. Because I could have used the blue, but it would have looked kind of weird, especially because, like, you want cool colors to be in your backgrounds and stuff, so having orange as, like, my primary robot color made it stand out really, really well. Blue and orange reversed on the helmet. Be interesting. I don't think I'd be able to do it on this one. Well, I could do it on this. Let's go with the clone bot colors and see what happens when we do that. Seeing as this is super informal. I might not finish the shirt today, but I figured I'd do as much as I could. And then I'll either stream the rest on Twitch or just put it up as a video. Okay, let's just grab color code instead. So that's the anti-bot, which actually looks really cool in its own way, but I think I prefer the regular one. I always have trouble with blue. Like, eventually you just end up looking like some kind of weird blueberry creature. And it's odd. Like, will any Detroit become human? Maybe. Time is the problem. Unfortunately, I just picked up Darkest Dungeon as a series, which means it's going to take... It's going to take not a long time. It's going to... be a bit of a mess that... Sorry, I just, Keith was suggesting Realm Royale tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that. It's like 2 hours from now. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it. I want to get as much done on this as possible. Do I think the roguelike games are improving? Absolutely. There's some amazing ones that are out. But there's... So, like, a lot of people like to go back and point at, like, Rogue Legacy and, like, Binding of Isaac and whatever. It's, like, the golden age of roguelikes. But, like, Mother Gunship is amazing. Wizard of Legend is incredible. Like, if Wizard of Legend, if they manage to get the amount of content that Binding of Isaac has, somehow, Wizard of Legend will absolutely be, like, better, in my mind. That gameplay is just really fun to play. And then, I don't know, Mother Gunship's just a fantastic thing. Any suggestions for world design in D&D campaigns? World design is tough. There's a tool. Let me see if I can find it. It's actually in here. Hey, thank you, Doge the Kitten, for the super chat. Let's see. It's not exactly world design, but copy a link. There's a city generator that Wadabu made on itch.io, and it's incredible if you wanna like slap together some cities and stuff. So making like an actual like planet and stuff is kind of tough. But if you want to like quickly generate a city and stuff, then it's real good. Let's see, why does the Wanderbot icon look like a Warframe? It's actually based off of, oh, what's his name? Emil in Halo, I think it is. What was his name? It might not be Emil. Let's see, Halo Reach. Noble team characters. It's, yep, Emil, 239. The guy with the skull helm. I loved his helmet design. So much. And I kind of, like, always internalized it. It's actually kind of similar to, like, I've had this helmet design for a while. But so I liked that, like, kind of visor helmet thing. I think I've had toys when I was a kid that had similar visor setups, but Emil was the one that specifically kind of inspired me-ish. And so that's the source of the exact visor design, as opposed to a Warframe. But I can totally see the similarities, and this probably explains why I like Warframe so much. Ish. See, do I plan on making a game someday? Yes. Sort of. So, I don't know when I'm gonna make a game or how. Bird and I were, like, kind of trying to do a thing for a while, but it was in 3D, and I'm not very good at 3D. And Bird had other things to do. So that kind of flopped pretty quick. But, what I can do is join. Ugh. Okay, that didn't work. I guess this works. Well, I guess the easiest thing for me to do, intersect on the center, up a bit. Yeah, I guess that'll have to do. It might be a little angular. Unfortunately, symmetry is not my... I love symmetry, but it's not exactly what I'd say it's my strong suit. But yeah, I don't know how it would ever pan out, but I'd actually love to make a visual novel. But like, higher style, not dating sim style. And I think that would be kind of a fun thing to work on. I fiddle with this for a bit. It might end up being a little uneven. Yeah? I know. I'm working on that. Oh, okay. Because, yeah, I think, it would be easy to... Yeah, Wanderbot dating sim, har. Yeah, except for, like, this is necessary here, because that's, like, actually designed in. People ask for it. I don't know. Wonder you should play Cube World. If they ever announce, like, update for Cube World, 100%. Until then, no. Let's see. Play more Hollow Knight at some point. Like, honestly, if I want to beat Hollow Knight, I'm gonna have to actually play through the entire game in one go, which is kind of rough. Because that game is too difficult for me to, like, go back to. Because I haven't played Hollow Knight for, like, over a year now. And that's really rough. What a crack in the visor with blood coming out. No, that would look really weird. Also, literally supposed to be a robot-ish. Oh, wait, no, we just did the save to 518. Okay, cool. How's that look, Shell? Okay. Let's see, would I like an intro theme song? I mean, sort of. I don't really do intros on YouTube, admittedly. Ever gonna finish Dead of Inland? Maybe? That game honestly made me, like... I'm not gonna say, like, super depressed, but it was... It was depressing enough that I didn't enjoy myself playing it. It seems like they're putting out a lot of quality of life patches, so it might just be one of those that I go back to it at some point. But I don't entirely know when. Move you guys the sketch layer, I guess. There we go. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of games that I would actually really like to finish at some point. Just very difficult to do so. Let's see. When am I gonna start uploading my series on Dark Souls Remastered? I actually haven't even started recording it yet. So... Like the... I think Durf really wants to play it soon. Bird... I don't know, I never know what Bird's plans are or what he's exactly thinking. I think Bird's perfectly amenable. I think he's just busy. 'Cause, yeah, Bird just got promoted, so he's kind of flying high on that. But main problem is, as usual, time. We have so much. Yeah, we can't exactly just play 4 hours a night anymore. We used to be able to. That was fun. Let's see, how'd I meet Keith? Yeah, I think I answered this yesterday, actually. Is Durf gonna do EDF so you can carry him as well? I'm probably gonna buy EDF sometime next week, and then Durf and I can do a full run of EDF together. Or do EDF with, or throw him straight into Inferno mode with no explanation. I might do that, at least for a little bit. Let's see. Weirdly, but I would love to get EDF going again, theme song and all. Oh, I know what I can do. It's actually a lot easier. Get this going. There we go. Turns out you're stupid. Oh, we have snap to pixel on, don't we? Yep, we do. God, I hate that feature. I don't know who thought that was a good idea in a vector program. It's like, let's have it snap to pixels. What do you mean pixels don't matter in this program? Of course pixels matter. Pixels are the rule. And it's like, that's what vectors are designed to avoid. Dumbass. Sorry. I get passionate about these things. Let's see. Make this a bit big. It blocks out both of them. There we go. Okay. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Naito. And yeah, awesome on the 200,000. It snuck up on me, but I mean, it always sneaks up on me. I'm never prepared for these things. Let's see. I want to get. I'm trying to copy my old designs here because I actually rather liked them back in the day. The ring smaller though. Do maybe 66 instead. Now let's do 75. There we go. That works. Let's see. Can you and Shell do co-op art? Shell doesn't actually like doing artwork with me. He thinks my style is not bad, but...
What do you... I draw things.
And then you get mad at me for it.
Only...
Yeah, Shell has gotten, like... I'm not gonna say, like, actual mad at me in the past. But there have definitely been points where I've, like, vectored something and she was not keen on it. I don't even know what happened there. Let's move this. Honestly, that's... Problem is, it can't be too close to the other one. I guess I could always actually move. Problem is, it's too close to... I guess what I could do... No, that doesn't look very good. I guess that looks kind of okay. Let me see. Are there any other upcoming games you're looking forward to playing? Jeez, that is... I mean, that's like an ever-present problem. Question? There's tons. Wonder, do you watch anime? If so, what's your favorite series? I do sometimes watch anime. I'm actually more of a manga person because it's so much easier for me to read like one issue a week than it is for me to watch like an episode of every anime. So, I guess the real answer is, I don't watch anime. I watch, I read manga. But, I read One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Black Clover. Those are the main three that I read every week. I'm kind of generic with that. I wanna watch Darling in the Franxx, because that's kind of a weird trip, and I love the stuff that they do. Do we want that? No, I don't really like extending it there. But unfortunately that, I just don't generally have time, because I'm doing stuff like this. Which is always a little bit tougher. Let's see, would I ever consider playing Crossout? I actually played Crossout for a little while. I'd really like to do, it again. If, ooh. This isn't centered. Is it? Huh. How'd this happen? Because... Get rid of you for a second. No, it's almost centered. Like 1 pixel over. I think that's right. I guess the easy way to do it is grab this entire thing, go back to this, grab this. We want to do align to key object, set you to the key object, and center. Yeah, it was over to the right a little bit. Whoopsie. Have you ever tried out 3D modeling? Yeah, I tried making 3D some 3D models for a game Bird and I were putting together, but it's time consuming and rough. Yeah, Darling in the Franxx is a lot of fan service. That's part of the other problem I have with it. I don't do fan service. It's not really my thing. Trying to decide if I want to do anything else with this. We've got a couple of things we could do. Otherwise, I could throw this into Photoshop and we could start messing with it. I could also add in some like design details. I guess let's see what happens if I bring in the classic shading. I don't have much else to do for at least a little while. I don't know if I'm gonna play Realm Royale with Keith and Andrew. Battleground games always are just kind of meh for me. I can totally understand why people would enjoy them. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I like that or not. It kind of works. Hard to say, though. Let's see. What about a gradient of red to orange on the helmet? That is something I could also try. Feels like it's kind of empty in the center, like it's missing something. Yeah. I mean, part of it is, I might like, I might copy this over Like, separate it out into a couple of layers, throw it into Photoshop, and add some, like, kind of grungy bits to it. Kind of like how this shirt handled it. Maybe. But yeah, the center is kind of blank. An orange out. Center. Maybe? What I could do is actually try and bring the white strip in. Because I usually don't, well, I usually don't have white in these. In this design. But I think it would fit here. And it would kind of make that like, top centerpiece actually have something. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Is there a place to suggest games to wander? Not really, just because I'm usually very particular about the games I play. Because mainly scheduling. Because, like, I'd like to play older games, and I've been trying to play, like, a couple here and there. But it's tough. Would I ever play Unturned? Maybe? That definitely kind of goes in the same, category as, I was talking about, what was the other sandbox game that I was considering playing? I don't know, I've already forgotten. My brain is artwork right now. But if my friends decide they want to do, if we, like, need something else to play as part of our, like, bizarre... Ugh, looks weird. Like, somehow uneven? As part of our, like, Bizarro Raft Saga, Unturned will very likely be, one of them, eventually. We just gotta get through, like, a lot of other games. Because there are so many. It's a problem. Water do you drink? Not often. It's not that I'm against drinking. I'm just a cheap bastard, and it's kind of expensive. I know, like, I actually have to make a trip to the liquor store to pick up booze. And the problem is, I mean, we could have it today if you wanted to pour glasses. I mean, it's a good celebration day. I actually kind of like it being pulled in a little bit. Back a bit. No, it needs to be pulled in more. Not too much. Just enough. But yeah, mostly I drink wine or the occasional, like, liquor. Not often, though. I can't drink beer. I think that's part of the problem. Beer makes me throw up. So, when everybody else is talking about, like, drinking a bunch, I'm like, it's very expensive for me to actually drink. Does that mean we get to see drunk art? I'm probably not going to get drunk off of, off of wine today. That would be a feat, I think, because I'm not going to be drinking that much. Then again, I did get drunk off of that rum the other day, but okay, what else do we have? Let's see. Yeah, what is D&D? Dungeons and Dragons, which is fun. I don't know. I've always stayed sober for most of your D&D sessions. I had to drink for the second session that we did for Shattered Planets. The RNG was just so messy. Okay. I'm actually kind of happy with this for now. I think what I might do is sit on it, figure out, like, maybe other things to do. I guess I could, like, go over it with some lines. Because, yeah, I like it to the point where I don't want to touch it. Which is usually a good sign, but... Could be little... Could have a little bit more detail in here. Okay, I like that. See what other like minute details I can put in. Because part of it is I want like a really simple shirt and design for this first one. And then I'm probably gonna make another shirt in a couple of weeks. That is a lot more like that is like a lot more not aggressive, but like a lot more detail oriented. I just need more practice, and like I really like simple geometric shapes. We might actually just whip out the iPad for the rest of this, and I can actually do preliminary sketches while I think of what to do for the next one. Fortunately, it's all intersects all the way through. Let's see. Oh, this is not actually part of this. That it? Okay, there we go. Bring this in here. That'll work. Might be a bit much. Wonder, will you be playing Smash Ultimate? Unlikely. I'm not a big Smash fan, admittedly. The white is centered. Very, very possibly. Let's see. Want to do align to the object. Center. Yep. It was not. Okay, so now it's centered. Good eye! I totally missed that. Let's get this ruler out of here. Oh, right. I think I have to, like, just hit delete to get those. Ever play any of the Mother RPGs on my channel? Probably not. Hard to say on that one, honestly. I'm not against them. I'm just time-consuming. I'm really enamored with, like, speed runs of the Mother games, but I don't know if I'd ever do it myself. Again, time is always, like, this massive factor. And I never grew up with them, so it's, like, it's hard to have the nostalgia about them. And, like, as great as the Mother games were, I wouldn't exactly say they've aged amazingly well. And so, like, if you don't have that baseline nostalgia, it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, this is a decent game. Whereas, like, you know, for somebody that's, like, an avid Mother fan, they're like, no, this is the best game! And it's, hard to work with. Ish. Okay, what else do we have? I don't know. Shall we see about surface damage? I think... got everything. What I do want to do is, can I duplicate this layer? Okay, there we go. Copy that one. Flatten that. I don't even know what was on that layer. Object, expand. Object. Trim? Perfect. Select. Fill color. Bam. Okay, so what this does, what this will do, is now I can turn this background off, and it'll all show through. Or, nope. Yeah, because originally I had a bunch of these things just floating around, not so helpful. But what I can do with this is color shift this one around to be anything I'd want. Honestly, I'd probably keep the Wanderbot. Yeah, the Wanderbot in the center, I don't think I'd ever change the color. But I'd probably change the... Actually, you know, I could do this. Undo this for a second. Actually have some fun with this. Let's see. Let's do hide. Object. No, edit. Edit colors. Recolor artwork. What can I do with this? I've got a thing that lets me cycle the colors through. So let's see if we just rotate around. Yeah, so the red looks pretty good. The burnt orange and browns look pretty good with this one. I don't like yellow. I've never been much of a fan of yellow. Kind of works with the greens. Actually, it works decently well with this. So yeah, we could potentially just kind of color shift the background to be whatever we want. Yeah, so I'd have to figure out how to get the design to work. What I'd probably do is upload a separate design per t-shirt color available, and go from there. Yeah, effectively. This? Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of this. I can kind of fix that. Okay. Lock that down. Grab these. Oh, I see. I've got the whole thing hidden. That's why I can't do anything with this. Bam. Didn't quite work. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm gonna see if I can rotate it first, though. Oh, nope, that's still not gonna work. This needs to be bigger. Oh, I like this song. This is a good song. Okay, there we go. Now we can rotate that around. I think that actually looks pretty nice. It fixes the left weighting. So you were saying put something in here? Maybe I just like keep it going, move it like over here? Oh, yeah, no. Right here? What if I moved this one? Shell is advising me from the side. Oops. You guys might not be able to hear her. That's a bit better. Because the other thing I'd want to do, maybe, is actually turn this into a screw as well. I want something like lateral-ish. Or we could do a plus. But yeah, it doesn't look so hot. I just mostly want to get that rotation slightly offset or centered. This one? So just keep bringing it in. I guess we could do that. Oh, I see. I see. That's why it's doing it. So just switch this to this. Like this. I don't... Like a dot? Alright. That? I guess that kind of works. Let's see. So how much are these shirts going to cost? I don't know. I will admit, I don't really care too much about the profit margin. Somebody had asked earlier what makes me the most amount of money. YouTube does by a fair bit. This one?
Yeah.
That? I kind of like it with the blank spaces. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I have an idea. How about this? Move this here. Bit better. I'm actually gonna get rid of these. I don't think I like them there. This? I don't think I want to go that much thinner than that, though. Actually, you know what? I don't like this one either. Well, I wanted to do this one. Because I think that one's better. Maybe? I mean, I guess I could do that in one of the other spaces. We just don't have a whole lot of room here, so I can't, like, fit everything in. But this? Actually, maybe here. No. This is hard. Move this up a bit. Expand this. Alternate. Hit. Okay. There we go. Well, we can rotate it. Have to be Pac-Man. Maybe kind of point it in like this up. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's see, could we get a Fish shirt? Yeah, I'll probably do like a Fish shirt at some point. Hey, extra 20 for glow in the dark. That would be rad. But yeah, to finish my thought before I got like distracted, I'm gonna try and shoot for 20 bucks on these. If I could get them cheaper, that'd be awesome. But I'm probably either gonna be going through Teespring, Redbubble, or Teespring, Redbubble, or Designed by Humans. I'm not sure which one I'd be going with necessarily. Yeah, Teespring works with YouTube, but you have to like do a set number of like orders. And the problem is like I'm afraid if I say like, hey, you know, you can buy a t-shirt now, people are gonna order like 5, and then it's just gonna be like, well, not enough to get the order across. Try again another year, and it's like, oh. Yeah, that's my worry. Not a big worry, but like it's a small worry nonetheless. Let's see, I actually want to get rid of this one. Grab you. So I'm probably going to put it through Designed by Humans or Redbubble. I just got to figure out which one I like more. See, I might do both. Okay, but this should be fine. Yeah, the problem is, I'm trying to keep this relatively symmetrical, and it is difficult. There we go. Object transform. Asymmetry can look really nice, but I find for, like, geometrics like this, having, like, a really symmetrical thing. Question, if I move this up at all, where do I want this to be? So I might want to move it up a little bit more centrally. No. I prefer it down low. There we go. Okay. So I think that's actually going to be kind of the stopping point for this. This turned out better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, not quite the stopping point. We've still got a thing or two to do. So we want to bring that there. Hide this one. Unlock this. Okay. Object. Expand. Then we want to do trim. Anything from this fill color goes kaput. Okay, there we go. So now once again I can shift the background around. Awesome. We want to do. How do we want to do this? I don't actually know. I'm gonna try and bring this over into Photoshop, and we'll figure out how to do the next part. Oh, hey, Caitlin. Too bad Illustrator doesn't have something like Photoshop Smart Objects, where you edit one copy and it edits all the additional copies. It actually does have that function, but it's such a pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the butt that I don't necessarily want to do it. Because, like, it's like a layer function. There is a mirror mode. I tried getting it working a couple days ago, and it, like, freaks out the moment you go off axis, so I don't bother with it. But yeah, shout out to Caitlin hanging out in my chat. She was my roommate for a year, and coworker. Do you still work at, I guess I probably shouldn't say where we used to work. I assume you do. I didn't know if you could do that. You can, but it's so bad. I wouldn't recommend it. Or at least, it takes some getting used to. God, how did I even do it? It's like an effect. Oh, right, it's distort and transform. Transform. And what you do is, like, reflect X with a copy, but it doesn't do it over the axis particularly well, so if you, like, move it at all, it's just like, well, this whole thing's ruined. Let's see. Let's see, when is the podcast? I actually don't do the podcast anymore. I haven't done the podcast for a while. Mainly because I liked podcasting, but it was stressful, and kind of stopped being fun here and there. And so I kind of, like, lost interest in doing it. So I'm probably... I don't know when I do a podcast again. Maybe it'd be my own thing. Or are you talking about D&D? Because that's Saturdays. Yeah, you're still working there. Cool. Let's see, is Illustrator free? No, it's very expensive. Wonder, do you have a Patreon? Yup. I don't really advertise it that much. I probably should. I need to bring back the game of the month. There's the Patreon. Also, seeing as some of you guys I don't recognize, if you do... if you do want to hang out more, there's also a Discord link. I'm always a little bit leery about handing links out to the Discord because people get kind of aggressive on there. Usually makes more of a yeah, there's a tangent up top. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to deal with that. I guess I could try and extend it up a little. Doesn't necessarily look bad if I do that. A little long, though. Let's keep fiddling with it. There's got to be a better way of handling this. Let's see. Maybe I just have to move this around a bunch. It's got some awkward tangents of its own. I could always move things around. I guess the other thing we could do very easily is just make it bigger. Maybe not that much bigger. That kind of works. Except for I think it's off-center again. Or maybe it never, like, it uncentered itself. Yeah, can you tell I haven't done a whole lot of artwork lately? Dang, your Discord is in Discord. Sorry, my ability to word right now is rough. I'm distracted. Let's see, because tangents are a small nightmare. I don't like them. Okay, I think for the most part, making it bigger solved the problem. I just have to move. Whoops. I just have to move this around. Let's see. So let's get rid of this one for a bit. No, I don't think so. You're probably just looking at my Twitch dashboard. It's still going. Yeah. Why is your avatar a robot? Because robots are cool. Okay. So I think mostly doing this has solved the problems. No, it's better if that's bigger. What if I just up a bit? The problem is, well, I guess what I could do is put this at 150 instead. Oops, that's 15. Down a smidge. Nope, that fixes nothing. I mean, this is probably the best I can get it to without it causing problems. If I can make one more line kind of in here. And set it to just 50. Now that kind of looks... It almost looks okay. Maybe if it was thicker. No, I don't think I'm feeling it. It's a bit too much. Okay. Have the helmets enlarged on the back of the shirt and say Wanderbots underneath it. I was actually considering putting, like, Wanderbots just, like, in here, along the side or something. Let's see. Nothing fancy. I don't want it to be, like, too obvious. Yeah, I think I might curve it a bit. Kind of sneak it in here. Okay, how do I sneak you? This arc. Preview. Duh. Duh. Other way. Okay, that actually kind of almost works. No, it doesn't look very good at all. Let's do that in Photoshop. I think it'll be easier. I think in vectors it gets kind of messy. Okay, so, upteenth time, I don't think we have any major tangents that I need to worry about. At least none that I immediately see. Thank you, Caitlin, by the way. Let's see. What do we want to do? Oh, right. That's what I was doing. I was expanding these. Object, expand. This one? I was kind of torn on it. Oh, I see. I kind of liked it. It felt like it needed an inner ring. It's just the inner ring was fiddly and hard to pull off. I don't know. I think it's fine. Can I find this playlist somewhere? Look at the Iconoclast soundtrack. That is what I'm listening to. Okay, let's see. So now with that... Merge. Same fill color. Remove that. Okay, so we're good to go there. So what I want to do... Can I save this as like a PSD or something? Because that would actually be really cool. Let's try exporting as a PSD. I've never done this before. It might do it as like a single thing. No, right layers. Okay. Resolution should be good. Some containers have been flattened. That should be fine. This is going to take a little while, though. Ugh. Yeah, unfortunately, this is a 5,000 pixel size document, so it's a bit large. And then I think I'm upscaling it so I can shrink it down and stuff. What about a set of helmets for all of my friends? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my with artwork for my friends along the way. Right-click, copy the whole thing, it'll import as a smart object. There's another option if this doesn't work. Yeah, I've tried that too. I just find it kind of messes with the sizing a little bit. Okay, so this is under assets, merch. Let's see what happens when I do this. Because, yeah, I've never exported as a PSD before, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh, this is a lot bigger than 5,000, isn't it? Because it's the whole document. Will I play Pillars of Eternity 2 again? I might. I'm not entirely sure. It was a fun game, but it was also just a lot of... It was very slow. And slow is very hard to do. Okay, so we have... So there's that. Let's see. Different contents. Complete only. And this is the whole helmet. So yeah, actually, I think there's anything in here. Let's see. Putting this out as a, exporting this as a PSD actually worked rather well. I just gotta remember to save it based on artboards instead. Okay, so let's make sure... Oof. Image size. 10,000 pixels. Sure, why not? Let's keep it monstrously large. Okay. This is ungodly large. There's a couple of things we can do. And I'm not sure if I want to do this. Because, yeah, what I could do is... Some of these shirts have, like, kind of a wear and tear added to them, which would be kind of difficult given the situation. But I might be able to get, like, kind of like a grunge or a dirt brush. That, and just kind of erase away for a little bit. Let's see. Brush. I don't think I have any currently. This would actually be an eraser. Set eraser. Oh, interesting. It just immediately resets me back to, That's stupid. It immediately sets me back to the brush. That's annoying. Make a wander fedora. No. Oh. Someday you're going to realize that fedoras do not look good on anybody. I had a fedora in high school and like freshman year of college, and then I realized, yeah, no, fedoras don't look good on people anymore. Make a Wanderbot helmet you can wear on your heads. That would cost an exceedingly large amount of money. Producing that sort of thing would be very difficult. Because I'd have to either, like, get a whole 3D printer, or... Man, I don't even know. It would be difficult to manufacture. And way more expensive than anybody would want to pay for. I could make one for myself, probably. And that wouldn't be a problem. But making one for other people, now that would be tougher. Did you get it? Brush set? No, that's not. Oh, maybe we are loading it up. Oh, yeah, there it is. I guess we were automatically just grabbing this as we went along. Okay. That's an interesting system. Actually, I like this new brush management setup. I just wish I could figure out... Oh, wait. No, mode. Is there... Maybe it's clear? Okay, so clear makes it, Clear makes it work. Yeah, so what you can kind of do... This will be tough. What I should probably do is move the central visor to a different layer. So I can kind of add this in separately. Otherwise it's going to look kind of funky. There we go. Okay, because yeah, what I can do is... Not for this one. But some of these, like, you can kind of add, like, scratches and bits. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this successfully today. With it actually looking decent. But I can, like, kind of slowly chip away at this with, like, some grunge brushes to kind of give it a pre-texture before it gets printed. And actually have it look kind of decent. Tough to do this though, and like I kind of want to stay away from the I want to stay away from the center, which should be obvious reasons. I think I need to get some more grunge brush packs though, because if I don't do this, it'll be a problem. Oh, you know what? Copy. Go back a bunch. I don't know if we can. What are you doing? Undo, you shit. There you go. Step forward. Step forward. Step forward. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna make this a separate group. I probably should have done this from the very, very start. But this way we can have a clean group and a not clean group. And that'll make my life easier. Because, yeah, I don't know if I'm exactly going to be doing this. In the end, but it looks kind of nice. Oh, did I not? Apparently my copy and paste didn't work. Or maybe it did. No. Well, we can try again. It's not like I was particularly far in. Okay, so let's close that. Just move on. Is Shell tweeting? Shell does... Actually... Yeah, no, she's on Tumblr. She's tumbling.
Oh, I was on first wipe. Actually...
I don't think so. I think they're just asking. And they just happen to know exactly...
I don't like Tumblr. I just see who is following me or looking at my stuff.
Let's see. Okay, let's get another grunge pack or several. This one has a ton. Let's go with that. Oh well, shell cutting in and out. Yeah, unfortunately I've got a pretty hefty audio filter on my microphone, so you guys can't hear my air conditioning running all the time.
No, but really, can people see my screen?
No, they can't. Literally, like, they can see as far as the
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I was on Twitter when I was cycling over there.
I think they just got a very lucky guess. These are all really blurry. Need more kind of like spattery looking things.
Do you really need that?
Not necessarily. I just wanted to mess around with it because, like, I finished this a little bit faster than I thought I was going to. And so now I'm just kind of, like, playing around. Because I really do actually like the kind of preset grunge.
I think the grunge would be best for the background details and not the actual Wanderbot.
Yeah, that's fair.
I always make copies of each layer before I make additions.
I've got a clean layer and a non-clean layer. A clean layer. Unclean layer. And so I can kind of mess with it freely. What kind of stupid grunge is this? These are pulled from like hieroglyphics and stuff. That's dumb. What's this one? Got like hard edges, which is kind of rough. Need like high-res grunge, otherwise it just is gonna end up looking kind of bad. But then again, this is set to 5,000. One way or another, this is not a good grunge set. Let's try the next one. Because, yeah, this one's bad. People still discussing the logistics of getting a Wanderbot helmet. The main problem with making, like, a Wanderbot helmet is that's not a...
I've made a number of helmets in my day, and nowadays, I think you would almost have to have, like, resin kits or Pepakura or something.
Yeah. The main problem is, like, I would have to go through a lot of extra work just to be able to, I would have to go through a lot of extra work just to fabricate, like, a Wanderbot helmet. Whereas, like, say for, like, an Iron Man helmet, it's really easy to get, like, you know, it's really easy for Disney to just kind of mass produce a couple of those, no problem. Let's see. Actually, I'm not feeling most of these grunge brush sets. I think that kind of works. Might just be because I'm working at too high of a res. Let's go to the next one. What about you? I think this is actually the one I used to use when I was in high school. Okay. Because yeah, this one has like mechanical pencils and stuff, which is, that's not grunge brush, this is just your brush pack. Yeah, I'm just gonna grunge out the background a little bit. Then we can mess with color combos on clean and otherwise. Because yeah, I think by kind of quote-unquote damaging this a little bit, it'll make it fade back a bit. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Might not. Maybe not to that extent. Now this one's got some kind of hard parts. This one's got some kind of like nice scratchy bits to it. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I'll keep the damage on the visor. I don't think so. Okay, cool. So now that we've done that, let's see. We need more grunge texture brushes. Got a website you recommend? All their stuff is free to use for commercial works. Yeah, sure. Caitlin, if you want to send it all along, I mean, honestly, anywhere would work. You could just maybe drop it in chat. I don't know if links will get got. We had a problem with porn bots for a while, but I think that was mostly on Twitch. Anyway, let's see. So I'm gonna hide this for a second. Whoops, this went into the wrong group. Make a new group with that one. Hide the clean one. Here's what I can actually do. Turn the clean one back on. Just turn off the rings. There we go. Because yeah, what I want to do is mess around with some backgrounds. Wait, hold on. That looks really cool. Okay. So that looks nice. Okay, so yeah, I think we have our winner. I think that looks really, really nice. Little battle scratch on the visor. I think I might just leave the visor totally normal. Part of it is, the more damage I put on, like, the flat color zones, the more likely it might, like, chip off or whatever. I don't entirely know. I mean, I think we straight up have our winner. I don't know if I want to do any more than this.
Wanna make that white?
But it's, like, actually kind of a cream, but it looks really nice. We could try a white.
Or other color.
But, oh, this is an internal group. Complete an internal group. What was that? Okay. Let's just have this. Let's go back to a generic brush for a second. More brushes. Hard round.
No. Carl. Image? No, 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 no. Carl, stop.
I know I can do, like, color shifting and stuff. I just wanted to do pure white. Oh, I guess, yeah, you're right. I could have just done...
Well, it's just so much easier.
Yeah, no,
you're
right. I actually kind of like the white. Yeah, I know.
See. Show it to them.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, so this is white. Ooh. All right, let's try that again. Turn off white. Actually, we don't want white copy.
I want the blue copy.
Delete that. Bring this back. Okay, cool. So yeah, what I can do is I can do white. I can do black. Black looks not bad either. Oh, but this is the clean one. What am I doing?
Yep.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Go away. No one wants you here. Want the grungy one, because the grungy one looks, well, sexy. Anyway. Turn this back on. There we go. Yeah, what I can do is I can color shift.
And then you can also, like, brighten it.
Yeah.
Adjust the hue.
Yeah.
So, lightness, probably.
Yeah, so what I want to do is... let's see. Do that. Let's just copy base. I'm going to move base up behind. Close that. That way I can keep cloning that. This one has the other group in here. Okay, there we go. Base, and that way I can pull from that repeatedly. So this is going to just be... I don't know. Let's, merge these down, and let's just try color shifting the whole set. Because, yeah, actually, just color shifting it, you get some pretty good combos, too. I still like the white the best. But there's some nice colors along the way.
Why did you merge it with the background?
Because it's easier to color shift one layer than two at the same time. Can you even color shift 2 layers simultaneously? No, you can't.
No.
That's why I merged it.
But if you think about it, whatever the color behind the robot helmet design is going to be, it's going to be the same regardless of what color you put it on, unless you manually change it.
I'd probably manually change it. Okay, so we had a couple other things. Let's do, I'm just gonna try some combos that I like.
Remember, you can also adjust saturation, lightness, but that's all pretty...
Yeah, honestly, I kind of like this saturation level, because it doesn't compete too much with the robot head. I figured I'd just try a couple of color combos that I particularly enjoyed. Up the saturation on the purple. Yeah, there we go. Do if we have anything else. That's pretty close to what we had.
What about gray?
Yeah, that was actually one of the ones. So gray looks pretty good. Let's see. We were actually going to try...
Those are probably safe colors if you think about it.
On white.
A neutral gray,
Merge
purple,
group,
red,
saturation.
blue, and green.
Yep.
That looks...
It looks a little weird. These are just options
But
that
it
I'm
might
messing
look
around.
better if it was flat, rather than grunge.
Yeah.
You know how there are some that might look better without the grunge?
True.
I think the grunge works if it's a color that's overlaid on top of a color that's lighter than itself. But when you're using a vastly different color, grunge doesn't seem to work as well. I mean, the white on the gray doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I still prefer the grunge in all things. Because it just looks really nice. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Nemesis Gaming. Yeah, I still think going either white or invert. I almost like the invert. The tan is kind of nice. I wonder. Oh, maybe I can do something with the invert a little bit.
Or white.
White?
Yeah.
The white looks pretty good. Okay.
It reminds me of our illustrative design class where we had to make t-shirts.
One off. We want to grab full color zone. The same full color zone, but let's make it maybe a bit more. Do a gradient.
And do green.
Well, I am. It's just very mild. I need to make one a little bit more substantial. I think I like it flat without the gradient, maybe.
Gradient might work better for the colored designs.
Yeah.
So if you have, like, go to the purple one, for instance.
Oh.
Obviously, you can't select it out because it's not on a separate layer.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, let's go say that you had the purple one and the design had more of like a magenta-y hue to violet purple.
I could try that.
You know what I mean?
Alright, let's turn off invert for a second. Let's go back to base. Oops, just that in flats. Don't want that. I have just a spare. Yep, I have a spare group just floating around in here. I don't need that.
This is why I always do my design separately. Like the background, I can always color shift later.
Yeah, well, it's just I wanted a color shift at the time. It was a lot easier.
Yeah, so for instance, with this one...
Well, the main reason why this is a problem is it's taking forever to save. Because this is, I think, over 1 gigabyte large.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 3 gigabytes large.
Well,
man, this would
this
never
image?
have worked. How big is the image?
Yeah.
10,000 pixels.
Is that like 10 by 10 or more, or what's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, when I make Photoshop documents, I tend to make them at the dimensions I know I want to print them at. So on a t-shirt, I mean, how big is your...
I think they actually said it was like 5,000.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
so
always
let's
safe to make things bigger.
try that magenta. This like purple. It was like this. 60. And let's just do minus 15. Minus 20.
Oh, I see. You're matching it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this one, what you could do is if you want to do that gradient on the image, what you would do is you would choose that, but then say get a little bit more pink. And a little bit more saturated. Like smidge it up, saturated. It sort of fades if you don't have it light enough.
And it kind of works.
I think you have to make it a little bit brighter.
Oh, you want it to be brighter. I don't like that, where it's like...
The problem is you still have it too saturated.
Well, no. The problem is it's darker than the... like the design baseline.
Yeah. That looks better.
A bit more like that. That actually does look quite nice.
Because you have a more saturated side, and then you have a less saturated side
Mm-hmm.
that's slightly darker. And then what you do is you color shift that, and then color background.
Yeah.
Other possibilities.
Well, or what I could do, delete these, grab this, flatten this, and then start color shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, this does look a little bit better. It's probably not super noticeable,
The one issue is some of these designs in certain color schemes would benefit from a different color being shown.
Yeah, no,
so for
you're
instance, the red one, if you switch to that, it would be actually more beneficial if the highlight color was more of an orange and the darker color was more of a
Yeah, but
maroon.
this is just to get a general feel.
But ultimately, this is kind of limited by what's available.
Yeah, so I don't entirely know how I want to do this one. I like how this is turned into Q&A, from Q&A into Wanderbot figures out how to make a t-shirt.
Oh, sorry.
Look nice. Dude. Remember how the apartment always had crappy Wi-Fi? I guess we decided to stop working like 5 minutes. Oh, I loved living with you, Caitlin, but I hated the Wi-Fi there. It was so bad. This today's episode of Shattered Planets. The others have it out. Mine doesn't come out until the end of the day, unfortunately. Because unfortunately I queue up all of my videos around it. I don't try and get out as soon as possible. I don't know. Anyway, so I think we have a fair idea on how to do this shirt. What I'm probably gonna do, I gotta figure out what companies have like support t-shirts. But I'm really happy with what I'm currently looking at. I like the invert. I like the white. Like the invert looks really cool. The white looks really cool. I like a lot of the gradient possibilities as well.
I suppose you also have to see, like, make sure that the various printing places actually have the capability to print the way that you have it currently set up, because I know that sometimes you can only use flats. Yeah,
so kind of really depends on the places I can print at. I think we'll be fine though. So at this point I can't do any more on stream or on video as much as I would like to, because unfortunately that might require me to like sign in on places and like do a lot of fiddly account management, which isn't very interesting. You try a black background. Sure, we'll try a black background. Let's see, do we want black and white or
black with the purple or black with another color?
Try black with purple. I mean, it looks equally cool.
You need it to be brighter though.
Yeah, so let's make copy the gradients layer. Close this one. Black background. Drag this all the way down. Delete you.
And the thing is, if you like create the one issue with black shirts is then the outer rim of your helmet is destroyed.
Yeah. It doesn't look terrible. But I'd potentially have to consider putting something behind the helmet. Though honestly, like, it doesn't look terrible with it. It just looks kind of weird.
I mean, at that point, you could have just done the helmet rather than a shape that vaguely resembled your helmet.
Yeah. Because I like this current shape. It's kind of like a cool logo version of the helmet that's straight on. So yeah, the black background almost works. How about let's try... not a black background.
We already tried gray at one point.
Let's try colorize black. Let's just make it dark. And let's bring that up a little bit. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe like that?
It looks good.
Okay. Instead
The power
of black
of color
background.
shifting. That's why I love Photoshop.
Yep.
If you're ever painting something and you're like, huh, what would this look like in a different color scheme? Just play with some sliders. Yeah, that's starting to look nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm probably going to do, black background with this circle pattern as glow in the dark would look sick. Yeah, it would. I don't know if I can do that, though.
I think the most logical thing to glow in the dark would be the symbol itself and the
center
of the helmet and the cheeks.
That? I don't know. Having the, like, grunge ring glow in the dark around the helmet could be kind of cool. Who knows? There's a bunch of different ways I could do this. Wrong episode of Vampire got uploaded. Oh. Radiance and all. Yeah, I'll have to see what shirt places allow. Because yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some glow in the dark. Okay, well in that case, I'm just gonna go make the vampire episode unlisted, and we'll see. I'll see about fixing that overnight. But yeah, I don't actually know what shirt places are actually available. Or like what places actually have shirts available, which ones have a glow effect, which ones I can just print without having to do a campaign. Let's see. Yeah, so maybe we could get stuff that glows. Maybe we couldn't. I know glowing is going to be more expensive, so that's part of the reason why I'm like a little leery on it. But there could be some cool effects to go along the way. Let's see. Got it. I really don't know. Wonder, could I recommend a game for you to play? You can recommend stuff. I don't always keep to it though. It's really difficult to it's really difficult to keep up with all suggestions. Oh right. You know the one thing I haven't done though that I should do. Get it to match the current one. Because we never actually got the signature on, so let's just get it to match for now. And eventually we'll do color options and whatnot, and I'll figure out the rest. Okay, there we go. Wagner Band. Okay. Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna grunge this one. Let's see. So let's see. That. Rasterize type. Transform controls. There's something to do. Kind of works, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more of like a distort transform. View there. I've actually never done this one before. Oh, there we go. That's what I need to do. Yeah, I'd probably just want to drag this down just a bit. Shrink it by a little bit. There we go. Let's see, can I widen the orange helmet? Probably not. It's already really wide. It would look kind of weird if I had made it wider. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. I like having the thin design with a large object. Okay. What happened to Borderlands? Just kind of busy? I don't know. Borderlands 1 got really boring after a while. So we got just kind of... we just got kind of... I don't want to say distracted, but we had other games that excited us more. Because Borderlands takes a long time to beat. But you don't play constant Battle Royale games. Yeah, I don't really like Battle Royale games. They're kind of fun. But they're... repetitive in not an interesting way. Yeah, can you just do pure Q&A after this? Yeah, I could easily do pure Q&A, or switch to a really relaxing game or something. I don't know. I guess I could always draw stuff too. What happened to Stardew? Where's Stardew? We got bored. I mean, like, straight up, it's difficult for us to play like one game for too long, and as much as we like Stardew, it is... the winter is real boring, and we kind of already ran out of stuff to do in the game. Because 4 people working together more or less just completely can just demolish any amount of challenge from that game. Let's see. Yeah, personally, I think I'm satisfied with where we're at. I'll mess around with this some more later. Let's see, fit Stardew into the Raft Saga. That would be weird. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense either. Okay, let's see. So we'd want to do art. Probably. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's actually really tempting to go play, like, Darkest Dungeon or something like that. And you request that I draw stuff. The problem with requests in general, games, art or otherwise, is like, it's... Whenever I open myself for any kind of request, I get about, like, a couple hundred requests along the way, and it sucks.
I think I've seen that a lot of artists, if they do request things, it's the kind where it's a reward for specific patrons or something.
Yeah.
And they, like, perform a stream a week that's just them sketching things that people have paid for.
Why is this one guy asking for $1,000? Why are multiple people asking for $1,000? No.
Wait, what?
Random people. So I asked for questions, and multiple people have asked for like $1,000 from me, and it's just like, no. Well, anybody that's asking for $1,000, I don't need to see their comments. That's just weird and rude, and/or confusing. And mines are the best for winter and Stardew, and you guys are already in the desert cave. Yep. So we'll probably play it again, but let's see. And one of the problems I also have with just going to pure Q&A is I think I have seen the amount of people asking, "Where's Stardew?" and "Are you going to play Fallout 76 together?" as like questions are kind of. I think those are like half of the questions we've gotten so far. Let's see, so what app are you using for the app? You mean what app am I using right now? This was Photoshop. Photoshop and Illustrator. But I'm probably gonna switch over to I might doodle for a little while I take questions. No capture. Oh, guess let's just get the iPad going. Yeah, I doodle. Oh, nope, that's somebody's Apple TV. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not a good spot. Do miss the Stardew videos, though. No, I know, a lot of people do. It's just like, between Hot Lava, Conan, and... I don't actually know what we're playing today. We'll see. Okay, let's see. The fish. Perfect. To art stream for a second. Turn on the face cam. That's a bit big. Kind of hang out in the corner though. Wait, large enough. There we go. Wish I could like zoom in on this or something. That's reasonable. I'll just kind of lurk in the corners. Anyway. You wanna rotate, iPad? Thank you. Perfect. Let's see. When does the Conan series come out? It'll be starting tomorrow. I would have started it today, but between Darkest Dungeon and Ori and the Blind Forest, I didn't really want to start 3 series in one day. You kind of want to pace it out a little bit. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Just Cause 4 is awesome. Would be. I'd like to play Just Cause 3 at some point. I'm just busy. I mean, as always, like, I'm never going to finish any of my series along the way. If I keep picking up new ones, and I keep picking up new ones, but games are relentless and never ending. Let's delete this one. Let's go with something a little bit more square. I find it's easier for me to work on a square canvas than on anything else. Oh, this is the pencil. And we want you to be I like a tan. I find tan is easy to work on. Oh, hey Underdargon. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Let's see, and how long am I going to keep streaming for? I don't know. I might do like half an hour more of Q&A or like 15 minutes or something like that and switch over to Darkest Dungeon. Just because I have been doing art for a little while and I would like to play some Darkest Dungeon today. I'm going to be busy. Have I thought about Valkyria Chronicles? Yes. Do they have an announcement for Valkyria Chronicles 4? Because that's the, that's the kind of the main sticking points. Like, I'm gonna be trying to get through as many, prequels as I can over the course of this year before their sequels come out. So Doom, nah, this isn't what I want. So Doom, Ori and the Blind Forest, Valkyria Chronicles. I forget. There's some other... There's a bunch of other, like, sequel-ish games coming out. I don't think I'm gonna try and rush through the Gears of War games. September 25th, 2018. Boy, so yeah, actually, we might start Valkyria Chronicles sometime within the middle of the month. What am I gonna put on the back of this shirt? Just a helmet, maybe? I don't know if I'm going to. How fast do you estimate the indoctrination of Derf? I mean, define indoctrination, because that could honestly mean anything. How long before Derf's good at video games? A little longer. Heard of a game called Roguelite? Or Roguelite. I have. I never played it, though. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm just gonna have the front of this shirt be the logo, the thing that I made, and just have it be that. And I am... Part of the reason why I don't, like, necessarily want to do any more, art is because I'm actually, like, kind of creatively burnt out. And so, part of it is also because we're doing Q&A, and I don't immediately have ideas, I'm just like, what am I gonna work on? I don't know. I guess we could kind of work on, like, something kind of more landscape. Oh, I know what I could do. So I did say I wanted, like, another kind of, like, more detailed shirt. We could go with, like, one of my more classic, like, landscapey things. Or I could do... maybe a mother gunship thing. So I do need more, like, more of a mother gunship thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of mess with it for a bit. I don't do a whole lot of drawing in my free time, so my ability to just kind of draw on command is tough. Usually I do it, like, late at night. On my own, when, like, Shell's kind of conked out next to me snoring.
Hey, I don't snore that much.
No, you don't.
Not nearly as bad as you do.
Definitely not nearly as bad as me. I was snoring while awake today. It sucked.
What?
I couldn't figure it out. That's why I was awake so early. I was like, I am breathing and I'm snoring and I can't stop it and I don't know why it's happening either.
Hey, see, Wander doesn't really snore in the typical fashion. You know how you always see people with their mouth slightly open going... Well, I would call it like snortles. It's like you're breathing in through your nose and something's obstructing the way.
Yeah. Because I've got a tiny nose is a problem. I really have no creative juices flowing right now. It's a problem. Can Shell draw something? Yeah, she totally can. Unfortunately, she's got an injured wrist.
It's getting better. I'm going to be going to another physical therapy session tomorrow, but I've been working on my, like, big dragon painting lately. It's just so detailed because the dragon has a lot of... It sort of resembles something made out of bark, And there's foliage and et cetera. So I've been painting all this bark and sinew, such highly detailed things. So having to work. Also, it's one of those things where later on you find things that you want to shift around, and I'm chopping up parts of the dragon and have to fill in the pieces, and realizing, oh yeah, I'm having that little bit of a slant again, and I have to correct that too. Getting there.
You wonder how do you not have like 500,000 subs? Because people on YouTube like to watch Battle Royale games and YouTube bait over just indie games. Which is fine, but like, I definitely will always be a slow grower compared to some people. Dude, my buddy C-Top, I was like completely like winning our little kind of unofficial race. I think he was a little bit more competitive about it than I was. And, like, he hit 10,000 before I did, and then I passed him twice. We kind of, like, were going back and forth. And then he hopped on the VR craze. And, like, Scrap Mechanic and some of the other, like, things a little bit more consistently than I did. Whereas I was kind of a little bit more about just, like, have fun, do whatever. And so he, like, shot up way past me. And that's fine. But I also try and do, like, my own stuff. Wander played Fortnite before it was cool. Wander played Fortnite when it was garbage.
Yep, we weren't really too fond of it. Then again, we were just going through the campaign mode, weren't we?
I wasn't a big fan of Fortnite's, like, PvE mode. I thought it was, bad. And, like, good for them for turning, effectively, what was a terrible game into a, effectively what was a terrible game into the world's most popular Battle Royale game. I believe it's the world's most popular one right now. I don't really follow it that much, just because, like, don't have time or interest. I've seen, like, a couple of people play it, and it just seems like the building section doesn't... Like, it's a cool gimmick, but it's also just, like... I feel like I'd be more frustrated with people that know how to, like, build like crazy than enjoying it myself. Let's see. No Wander streams that much. I stream constantly, but I don't stream on YouTube very often. So fair warning, this is probably going to be one of the only YouTube streams I do. Just because, like... One, I have a Twitch partnership. Two, YouTube's, like, streaming feels very tacked on. It has never felt quite right. So if you do want to watch, like, streams from me, absolutely go check out twitch.tv/wanderbot. I stream there constantly. Every night for, like, 5 to 8 hours, something like that. I don't know. It's a lot. I don't stream on YouTube much as a result because they're like, you can't stream to both. Twitch was like, you can't stream to both, and I was like, well, I don't make any money from YouTube streams, so I just, well, I mean, I have actually, people have been handing out super chats, which was super nice. But generally, I don't make, like, anything from ad rev on streams, so it's just like, I'll go back to Twitch, where people, like, you know, were... I'm not going to say throwing money at me, but, like, I was able to actually kind of justify the work.
Also, on Twitch, don't you get, like, paid subscriptions?
Yeah, both have paid subscriptions, but, like, YouTube... In Twitch, there's kind of the culture of, like, you know, subscribe to this person, get perks, stand out for it, and, like, nobody does it on YouTube, which is fine.
Did you hear that Instagram was going to try to compete with YouTube by having longer form videos?
That's... I mean, it might work for them. It probably... I don't know, actually.
I can't see myself using Instagram to watch videos, though. Like, it worked for their... People were putting up things called stories. They were like slideshows or short videos of, hey, look at what's going on today, kind of thing. But they weren't really long videos. And the problem is, because Instagram isn't really available on the internet, it's more of a mobile thing. I mean, you can log into your Instagram account on the computer, but I don't think you can upload anything from it. You have to do it via mobile. I just can't imagine, like, it's already difficult enough emailing yourself a file so that you can post it on your Instagram account. Which, by the way, if you have a vertical image, it's going to inevitably cut off some of it. If you do a wider image, then it should fit in what margins it has. Like, at least you don't have to put up things that are perfect squares anymore. But it's just... like, everyone touts it as this great place for, you know, visual artists to share their work and everything, but at the same time, it's like, I don't like the fact that it's mobile only, pretty much. I don't like the fact that it crops your images. I don't like the fact that if you do slideshows, everything crops to a square anyway. And there are all of these websites that snag posts from their API. So you put something up on Instagram, and it's going to show up on Imageroom, Pictogram, Pictoku, Snap 360. So many of these weird sites that essentially just re-display for the web Instagram accounts. It's like...
yeah, honestly, I don't see any YouTube competitors doing particularly well until they can start pulling some of the, like, big ones over. Like, some people are moving over to Facebook streaming because Facebook is straight up paying them.
At the same time, I know so many people that just don't go on Facebook anymore because either they don't like
the
politics
I
of
refuse
it,
to use Facebook myself, so, like, the idea of, like, streaming over there feels really weird. And, like, okay, fine, if they offered me, like, a silly amount of money, but they're not going to, so...
At this point, the only reason why I post anything there anymore is so that my old friends from home see stuff, because they're not the ones apt to follow my art social media accounts online. But yeah, don't really like Facebook that much.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a creepy site run by a creepy dude.
And the thing is, like, YouTubing, it's essentially... I mean, the fact that it has its own verb at this point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
YouTube, I think, is a pretty strong facet.
At some point, like, you know, I might look into working on other platforms. I mean, Twitch is kind of my alternate. And at some point, like, hopefully Twitch will be successful enough that I'm, like, not like...
But Twitch doesn't really have much for permanent videos that you can keep there.
No, Twitch is one of those that you feed the beast or you're into trouble. Let's see.
Yeah, whereas on YouTube, just having all of your passive content that you've had for years can, you know, still potentially be seen.
Thank you, Raze, for even more super chat. I'm glad I could help you through bad times. I get a lot of people that say that, actually, and it's like a huge compliment for me. Because when I was in college, I wouldn't exactly say it was like a bad time on my end, but you know, college is just kind of rough. I had a friend die while I was there, and like some other just bad shit. And one of my, not roommates, neighbors, had directed me towards a Chip Cheesem and General Ironicus, like, ages ago. And had said, like, hey, these guys are cool. I'd never heard of them before. I'd never even heard of a Let's Play before. And so I, like, watched a ton of Chip Cheesem and General Ironicus. And it was... I mean, effectively, it was life-changing, because it pushed me towards this. It didn't push me immediately, but it saved me a lot of grief in college. And then, And then, later. I don't know. It's just cool to kind of pay it forward. With my own content. At some point I should probably actually contact them and be like, yo, you guys are amazing. But I don't know. It's one of those where, like, I think my channel is like twice as large as they are. Or more. But at the same time, like, I still feel nervous whenever I'm, like, thinking about contacting anybody that I'm, that I was a fan of.
Huh. These are interesting. About, major players for TV.
Oh?
Redbubble, like, for a $25 shirt, you would get between $5 and $7 on. The charge is about a flat $20 shirt. They make $4 off of it. But there's something called merch by Amazon now?
Yep, Amazon has a merch.
And if you sell a $25 t-shirt on Amazon, you make $11.
Yeah, I think merch on Amazon, though, you have to produce it yourself.
Oh, so you already have to have them?
Yeah,
Really?
like you have to sell them through. I could be wrong.
Upload your artwork, set your price,
Huh.
print what you sell.
I
ship
might try
fast
Amazon
with
then.
Prime.
We'll see.
I don't know. I'm just looking at a bunch of blogs and YouTubers, and a lot of them almost unanimously say that they like Redbubble or TeePublic, but I suppose merch by Amazon is new, so I think this one guy added it. And I mean, from a revenue standpoint, wow, merchandise sales on
Then
14 Redbubble, 8,
Always-
then followed by Etsy. But Etsy's more for crafty things.
always worry about Redbubble because you always find stolen artwork there.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
one issue with that I have, I mean, in general, I don't like the idea of uploading full res images of my artwork to have them printed. I mean, unfortunately, you have to have them if you're like a 3D artist that works with prints. I have a couple of printing sources that are run sort of like, I suppose not locally anymore, but they were run locally back in my hometown, and they still are. And now I think they're pretty much like the premier printing place for anime conventions and stuff. But I think you keep things in your own account, and as far as I know, they haven't been hacked by China or who knows what and having your stuff distributed everywhere. I should probably clean out my cache for my latest thing so that I can make sure that those files aren't sitting on there or whatnot. But yeah, I've seen an awful lot of Society 6 and Redbubble, people putting their artwork there and then having that artwork show up on like AliExpress or Alibaba or one of those like wholesale retailers that comes out of China. And part of the issue is, and this goes for enamel pins as well, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm getting my enamel pins through England. You know, there's no reason why these people in China should have our designs. Either they just visually rip the images and then copy it, or it turns out that that company in England is actually outsourcing the actual manufacturing to China, so they're more like a middleman, and then China ends up creating duplicates of your product anyway and then selling it willy-nilly at a much cheaper price. So in like, I almost would prefer, like, in general, smaller companies that are run by a few people that are, like, for instance, my enamel charms, not enamel charms, acrylic charms, I've been getting from a company that is run, I think, by 2 people, and they're con artists, like, not con artists, they're convention artists, like anime and game convention artists themselves, and I think they had gotten access to a a laser cutting machine, and they run the orders themselves. And you know, I would trust fellow artists a lot more than, you know, a faceless company that, you know, could take advantage of your images and steal them and sell them to the like exceptional prices. Yeah, it's tough, but pretty much.
I don't know. I'll look at the Amazon thing, though. Because, I mean, Amazon seems like a decent...
I mean, I wonder, are they actually printing in the United States? Or is it they're still getting the stuff from China?
Hard to say on that one. I'm gonna have to mess with this guy more. Let's see, do I have any other channels? I do not, actually. Wonder what's your DeviantArt? Wander-bot. Super basic. You should be able to just search WanderBot DeviantArt and actually get me.
I mean, there were the other people that had made WanderBot accounts and then never touched with them.
Yeah. Yeah, so I might have been able to actually grab. Really like this setup. I did like a really cool coffee shop piece like a long time ago. Always been like kind of chasing that armor set. Never quite made it there. That's okay. At least
Now,
got something done.
The one thing I wonder about these places, do they give like any kind of sales price to the person that makes the content? Because it would be nice if you could order t-shirts for yourself and then sell them at a convention or something.
Oh, I see. Like a bulk printing? That's an interesting question. I don't actually know on that one.
Yeah, because it would sort of... It'd be bad if you had to pay the same price that your customers paid in order for you to bring your own product to a venue. You know what I mean? Because then you would have to overcharge, and that's not right. It'd be nice if the printing companies could give you a cut so that you could sell your own designs.
I gotta look at Master Chief's butt.
Even butt plates?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, merch by Amazon is only by invitation at this time.
Oh.
So, looks like you couldn't sign up for it immediately anyway.
I wonder if I could actually, ping Bird for that.
I don't know. I think the reason why the guy that wrote the blog that was specifically talking about it was able to get in is because they're a person that's made thousands of designs in their lifetime. And
yeah, no, that's true.
They already have successful t-shirt businesses on other sites. So, like, he's a prime candidate.
Me, not so much so. Well, still, it's a good potential thing for the future.
Become big enough and you could get your stuff on. Or somewhere.
I would. Yeah, I'd love to have my shirts through ET.
I know that, what is it, Game Grumps and...
Game Grumps, I mean Ninja Sex Party, but that's practically Game Grumps. Bulk printing, there are sites that specialize in that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too worried about bringing, like...
Yeah, they have Jesse Cox, they have the Cat Gang, Games Done Quick, Completionist, Super Beard Bros.
Also completionist, honestly.
Normal Boots, Peanut Butter Gamer.
Also normal boots.
Pro ZD. Yeah, Game Grumps. Grand Pooh Bear?
Yeah, I think he's a streamer.
Continue question mark. Commander Holly. Cat Gaming, which I suppose is that Mortimer?
Yeah, that's Mortimer.
Pro Jared, Meg Turney, Dex.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people that more or less know each other.
Are they all like?
A lot of them are. Like completionist, Game Grumps are tight. Same thing with like Pro ZD, or no, Pro Jared. Sorry, or Pro Jared is the whatever. No, they're separate because Gerard versus Pro. I don't. Shell, you've got a question.
Yeah.
I don't know what the question is though. They're just like, can we ask Shell questions? And yes, you can.
I suppose I'm not looking at the screen, so I'm not seeing if there are
Yeah.
questions for me.
I will admit I'm not looking at it exactly either. You can still see what's going on. Just not looking at stuff particularly well. See, what program are you using to draw? This is Procreate on the iPad.
What? What's...
Okay. What's your relationship with Wanderbot? She is my fiance. Yeah. Are you still engaged or have we got married yet? No, we haven't actually gotten married yet.
It's one of those things where he could care less about a wedding and get married in a courthouse, and as far as I know, I'm the only one in my family, like amongst all my cousins, set to be married anytime soon, and my grandma is going, I want to see you at a wedding. And it's like, that takes a lot of planning, and also we want to be able to pay for the majority of it.
Yeah. Weddings are expensive, and, like, I would rather move to Seattle and, like, use the money for that than...
Oh, I know, it's very ridiculous. People could pay down payments on a house and live comfortably off of what people are paying for weddings.
I've known people that, like, sink a lot of money into the wedding, and that's just gone. You don't really recoup that, whereas, like... I could invest back into my channel and it would actually help. Let's see. Did I build my own computer and can I suggest any hardware? I can suggest what hardware not to get. I got a Ryzen and for the most part it works, but there's some problems with it. Though then again, most of the problems are probably... most of the problems are entirely, like, kind of my own. They're recording and whatnot related. Oh, can I not? That's stupid.
Remember, this isn't Photoshop.
Yeah, this isn't Photoshop. Oh, it's fine. This is just me screwing around and sketching. I'd like to do some more of these, like, environment ones. And, like, maybe actually complete some of them. But not this one. Or maybe this one. I don't know. I'll mess with it later.
If it functioned more like Photoshop, Procreate would be great.
Yeah, but not quite. Yeah, Ryzen, you're in... Great. But no, I don't know. I like my Ryzen. It's a functional processor for most of the things that I do, but it's not, like, fully all there, which kind of sucks for me. I've had... Whoa, what is going on? That is a weird... That's a weird look. Alright, I'm gonna kind of hide these things. Actually, let's just turn off display capture. Oh, you know what I can do? Let's open Photoshop back up for a second. I'm gonna make a new background for my computer that'll just be the shirt design for a while. Ah, that was a bit of a whistle. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know when we're gonna get married. It'll be a some point, hopefully sooner, possibly later thing. Ideally by the time we're 30.
Which is only in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, want to do more art streams. I do art streams on Saturdays, actually, if you tune into my my Twitch chat. And since I'm getting kind of ahead on things, let's go chat art. Let's see. What's my screen aspect ratio? It's just 19 by 20. It's 1080p. Really boring. I guess that's 16 by 9. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so sketching streams. So if you wanna see any more art streams from me, which also generally turns into Q&A time, Saturday afternoons. I do that leading up to the weekly Shattered Planet session, or D&D and whatever. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of. This is logo background. So I guess for starters, let's do image size. Max, no. Height is just going to be 1080. This might take a little bit to resize. What else do we have? Oh. Because yeah, I think I've burnt out on like trying to just be art Q&A man. I don't do this sort of thing often. No, I do it all the time, but I don't do like specific art streams that often. And usually it's like more focused on well, I guess D&D related stuff. Do Bird and myself look anything alike? I don't think so. Let's see if I have a dumb picture of birds somewhere. It's on my desktop. Junk? No, that's the thing that makes... Oh yeah, here's Bird.
That's the one with the big
and
eyes.
Hank Hill's ass. Yeah, this is what Bird looks like. I mean, except for his own... I like it how the pictures of Bird are directly next to Hank Hill's ass. Ooh, that is too perfect. But yeah, I don't think we look particularly similar. No, Bird is different. No, this is very much Bird. Like, next survival series. Conan tomorrow. Co-op series. Kind of depends on what you're asking about, but also probably Conan. Anyway, so we've shrunk this down considerably. Let's increase the canvas size. Let's see. There we go. So do I want it to be purple? No, we really liked invert. I'm probably gonna keep the invert background.
What are you making that into? Something that you're posting? Or also oh yeah, you decided to do away with the Wanderbot, or the Wanderbot's in there, yeah.
Just doing the outline. Oh, I see. There we go. So this is just going to be my new stream background for a while. I don't have one. And there we go. See? And this way I can change the colors on it whenever I want. Do a little bit more than this. The original version of that pic is one of my favorites of Bird. It's a very cute picture of Bird. Like, it makes him look really nice. And I feel no regrets using it to make Bird feel weird about himself. Alright, so we're looking for logo BG. Perfect. So now, whenever I don't have anything to display, we've got this, which actually looks really cool. Like technical difficulties or something in the background. What I should probably do is actually make separate drawings for Be Right Back. For like Be Right Back, streaming soon, so on and so forth. But I think for now, we're just gonna go with this. Because this looks nice, and works rather well. Anyway, so let's close that out. And I think, at this point, this is going to close out Q&A time. It's fun. I rather enjoyed this. But I think it's time for me to actually go switch over to some gaming. So we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do some Darkest Dungeon. Let's see. Okay, guys. Let's see. So what this is going to be, or what we're gonna do at this point, is I'm gonna end this stream and bring it back up almost immediately on Twitch. Yeah. Rest in peace, YouTube stream. Yep. I'm gonna be switching over to Twitch for the rest of the night. I'm gonna put a link over here. I'm gonna play Adventure Pals. I played a little bit of it. Probably not going to play anymore. Anyway, so I'm going to be switching over to Darkest Dungeon on Twitch and playing there. And it'll probably be like Darkest Dungeon multiplayer with my friends, which might be Modded Hot Lava or Conan, and then probably Ori in the Blind Forest at the end tonight. I honestly thought I was going to make way less headway on the shirt, but it turned out kind of perfectly. So that's kind of, that works well for me. Let's see. So, I'll be... Yeah, I like that shirt. Might buy it. Yep, I'll put out a video in like a day or two. To fully advertise that this shirt's out and so on and so forth. Let's see. Hosting John Bain. Yeah, I gotta take the stream down on my end. To bring it back up again, so I'm switching the details. But so expect a video probably Friday? Either Friday or Saturday advertising the shop. And then I'll probably, like... put in a couple of announcements here and there at the end of videos.
You're gonna get it out that fast?
I think so.
I had to do... There's a lot of...
Yeah.
Things
well, I don't know. It might be next week. What I might do, honestly, is actually print up a bunch of like, the same shirt from a bunch of different places. And, see how it looks on those and, like, choose, or... I don't know. We'll see.
I wonder if they do samples.
Okay. Overconfidence. That's the wrong one. And with that, I've more or less got my my stream set up on Twitch. So anyway, I will see you guys in about, well, I want to say 5 minutes. I'm going to take a short break. I'll ever play Minecraft? I've played Minecraft before. Maybe if Keith wants to play Minecraft and convinces everybody else. I'm low interest. I find it boring. Anyway, let's see. Can I send a link to the Twitch? Sure. And I stream here every night. So if you want to see more streams by me, head on over there. Anyway, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes. The stream will be up, but I will not immediately be here. And we'll go from there. They do all the art for the wall in the background. Nope, Shell did. Shell.
Yep.
Shell. Yeah, my fiance. Let's see. Will I play Warframe tonight? Maybe at the end. If I don't play Warframe tonight, then it'll be, if I don't do Warframe tonight, it'll be tomorrow. But I gotta switch. Let's see. So, yeah, goodbye anybody that's not interested in switching over. And, see you in a bit if you are. What's your question, Dash? Because you want me to answer it quick. Like, I really would like to get the stream going on Twitch. Aw. I guess, honestly, just ask it in chat. I'm gonna bring the stream down here. If any of you guys have any more questions you want, I play Metro Exodus when that comes out. Of course, man. I played the previous two. That was like my first set of prequels that I played through in preparation. So absolutely on the Exodus. Anyway, yeah, if you have any more questions for me, go to Discord. I'm going to post another link for that. Or just keep asking me here and I'll get to it whenever I get to it or something. There's tons of places where you can ask me questions. But at this point, I gotta switch, so I gotta play a game. Ever thought about playing Reciteer? Yes, I really would like to, especially after Moonlighter. I played Dying Light. I already played Dying Light. Check my playlists. But someday I'll play Reciteer. I think I have to have Shell voice act it. Anyway, switching. So, bye everybody on YouTube, unless you're joining me on Twitch, at which point, see you in a minute.